Hey, it's me. We're so excited to have you here tonight for the Pumpboys and Dinettes reunion special. I think we are going to have an excellent show. We have most of our cast members with us tonight. We'll tell you more about the really important reason why one of the ladies couldn't be with us, but we're so excited to walk down memory lane on this incredible show with these awesome artists, an awesome director. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we have something very, very special planned for you. I'm going to go ahead and call it a quote-unquote virtual jam session that we created especially for tonight and especially for you guys. So we're pumped to be here. Pumped. Oh my God, I just got so excited that I threw my microphone everywhere. Pumped, as in Pumpboys and Dinettes. We're very excited to be with you guys and do the show. First off, I want to bring out the show's director. You guys know him from almost every show that we do. At least he's represented every season at Theater Raleigh. He has directed shows such as Pumpboys and Dinettes, Once, $1 Million Quartet, The Secret Garden, so many shows. He's incredible. And I'm doing 1,000 things at once. That's why I'm looking down, and I'm going to bring him on, ladies and gentlemen. Tim Seib. There he is.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Tim. Thank you so
Hi.
much for being with us tonight.
It's amazing to be here. Ever since we were getting kind of everything set and ready to go, I've been grinning like an idiot the whole time. So thank you for doing this. Thank you to everybody at Theater Raleigh for crushing everything over this whole socially distanced thing that we've been doing the last few months. You guys have been offering some awesome alternative entertainment to keep our minds and hearts fed, and you've been doing a great job. So I'm thrilled to be a part of it in any way. Thanks, Lauren.
Thank you, Tim, for saying that. It has been a really interesting sort of rainbow that we've been chasing during this period of time where, you know, I've never done this kind of like TV performance thing and never thought we would. What we really realize is it's something that once we do get back to production, we can really augment our productions with these kind of virtual experiences. It's been really, really fun for us. And our patrons have loved not only seeing actors come on for our Living Room Live special, but they've also really, really enjoyed walking down memory lane. Last time we did the Scottsboro Boys. Tonight, of course, we're doing Pumpboys and Dinettes. And of course, as I will say later, the next installment is going to be of The Secret Garden, which Tim Seib also directed. Represent.
Yes, so excited
so much.
As a little nod to Secret Garden in my background here.
Yes. Oh, one of those gorgeous paintings that Michael McLean made. Look at that.
Painting featured in the production that got to keep his little memento. So I'm actually in the middle of a move, like I'm moving apartments right now, luckily within the same building. So this was also a delightful reason to kind of sit down for an hour and not focus on the move. But you'll see none of these things are actually like on the wall yet. It's a lot of stuff just sitting around.
Oh, you've staged your area pretty well. I think it looks nice.
I did my best. I got my desk set up and an extension cord, and I got internet, so we're okay.
As long as you've got internet, we are good to go. That is so funny that you have that Secret Garden painting back there, which was the staple of our show, those beautiful paintings along with the empty frames. And we actually sold a bunch of those. Well, we auctioned them off for tax deductible donations. Valuable. Michael McLean is an artiste.
Yeah, he's great.
He was our scenic designer, if you didn't know that. We're just throwing around names. All right, Tim. So I just want to catch up with you for a second. So you told us you've been moving. How have you been doing during this period of time? Have you had to put a lot of jobs off? I mean, it's been really tricky for not only actors, but directors and creative artists.
Yeah, absolutely. I was in midway through a rehearsal process for a show called Peter and the Starcatcher, which I know you and I both love, at a university. And so the university was on their spring break. I had come back to New York for a little bit of work and was told not to come back. Everything kind of happened right in that spring break week of theirs. It was too risky for them to bring students back. So everything was kind of put on hold. The university, scrambled to try to figure out a way. I mean, the set was half built, costumes were half built, like props were together, like everything. The show was happening in 2 weeks. So they put everything on pause, figured out a way to kind of roll that into their fall season so that everything could just kind of sit over the summer and roll into fall. That's looking a little iffy now, but we're really committed to trying to get as much of the cast to be able to still do the show as possible. So kind of working through that as we speak, to present what we'd already put together and finish it off at some point with hopefully as much of the amazing artists involved as possible. But that's when it kind of hit. And then I've been in New York ever since, which was at first a very scary place to be. But I have to say, New Yorkers, as you know, Lauren, have really taken this to heart and taken it seriously. And I feel like it's now maybe one of the more safer places to be. So I'm feeling pretty good about being here right now. And yeah, I had a show with Theatre Raleigh this season, Fun Home, that we've kind of adjusted for the time being, that got postponed. And then I had another production of Guys and Dolls that had to get postponed to next season as well. But, everyone's doing all that they can. The theaters have been amazing. You have been incredible to kind of help me figure out a health insurance thing with my directors union, which is amazing. The directors union has been awesome, offering some funds and some emergency assistance for those of us who had kind of freelance artists really plan out their work and what they need to supplement and how the year is going to look financially. And so when something like this happens, it can be really scary. So lots of people coming together to keep everyone's head above water, and looking forward to a day when we can all be in a theater together again.
Aren't we all? And you and I were doing auditions in New York for Fun Home right before this all kind of the world came crashing down around us. I know. Yeah. And are you? So you told me, maybe I'm outing you, but you said you had it, didn't you? You had COVID-19.
Yes, this is true. So I was super sick at the beginning of the year. There's two options where this could have happened. I was very sick at the very beginning of this year, and then again right around the time that everything kind of shut down in March. And the symptoms were so bizarre, and I wasn't even aware of how many of the symptoms kind of lined up with what they kind of came out with. Because at first not a lot was known about it, and they started to list all these other symptoms that were starting to show themselves. And so once that happened, I was pretty darn sure. And then just a couple of weeks ago, went and got the antibody test and got the one that is apparently pretty reliable and tested positive for antibodies. So it all kind of lines up that it happened. So it's real, it's scary. And
it is real. It's very scary. And I'm really glad that you weren't so sick that it really altered your day-to-day life. You didn't have to go to the hospital, and you're fine now. Thank goodness. Yeah. But wear your masks, everybody. Let's get this new normal happening so we can get back out there and do shows and get back in the theater and gather and perform and do our art. That would be awesome. So speaking of doing your art, you've sort of become the go-to guy for shows where people play instruments. For instance, you did $1 Million Quartet for us, and you've gone on to do $1 Million Quartet on the national tour to direct that and oversee that massive production. And then you also directed Once for us as well. I mean, what did you ever believe that would be like your niche, your thing? I mean, what is your true theater aesthetic?
No, I never thought of that as a thing that I would be working on so much. I mean, this kind of fell right into place. Our production of Pumpboys and Dinettes fell into place as that. I feel as that trend was really starting to take off regionally, like across the country. There had been a few of those big productions in the beginning of, the Sweeney Todd and the Company that kind of started the trend with the fabulous John Doyle kind of creating that concept, and then all the jukebox musicals, kind of taking that and running with it as well, with $1 Million Quartet and the millions of other ones that I can't even think of right now. But it hadn't really crossed my mind. I mean, I was a musician in high school and was a percussionist and whatever. So that's always been helpful in working on musicals and being able to speak relatively intelligent with a music director about musical things and whatnot, being able to speak to a choreographer, understanding rhythm and musicality and whatnot. But I hadn't really set out to say I want to, start directing actor musician shows. And so it wasn't until you and I met by way of the fabulous Charlie
Yeah.
Brady, her husband. We had been working together. Charlie and I had been working together on a new musical. And he and I just got along really, really well. And he was like, "You got to come down and work with our company down in Raleigh. It's amazing."
Oh,
And I was
yeah.
like, "Oh, fantastic." So I remember you and I and Charlie had coffee and just talked about all these things. And you asked the question that every director dreams of being asked, which was like, "What shows do you want to direct?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I don't even." So I'm like just railing off all these crazy titles and whatnot. And then I remember, I don't think it was right then. I think it was maybe, a few emails later. You were like, "Okay, so I got a slot open. It's Pumpboys and Dinettes." And my first initial thought was like, "Oh, that show is so not me," but I really want this foot in the door. Like we got along so well, like hit it off right off the bat. And as a director in theater, you don't get to audition the way that you do as an actor. So it's really word of mouth. It's who knows who. It's, making the best of all connections and whatever. So I knew that this was a foot in the door that I wanted to have. So I absolutely said yes, was really excited to get down there and see what it was all about. And it's so funny to think back of how little I had thought of as far as the ins and outs of putting up an actor musician show. We kind of just dove in and figured it out together. I mean, some people in the cast, as we'll find out, had worked on actor musician shows before.
Mm-hmm.
Some had not. I was gleefully ignorant walking into it.
When you had a great sport team because you had the Ethan Anderson on, not only as LM, but as a music director, and Michael and Travis. I mean, the way that you guys worked together was just like so synchronized, and it felt like a family, and you guys just vibed from the get-go.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was amazing because I thought I was excited to be working with a new theater, to be working with you, to be working on an actor musician show, which I didn't know much. I didn't have
The dream
experience.
you didn't know you had for yourself.
Yep,
Continue.
exactly. And then what was so delightful is there was this incredible amount, the incredible vibe in the room of the cast, which we can like dish on auditions at some point.
Oh my God.
But I just completely fell in love with the show as well, which I never expected. And I assumed some of the cast will mention the same thing because we all walked in to that first kind of reading, and everyone has their dream roles, everyone has passion projects and whatnot, and it's hard for a show that's as like simple and straightforward and just kind of happy-go-lucky to make it to the tops of those lists, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't go around and hear a ton of people being like, "I'm just dying to do Pumpboys and Dinettes."
They should, though. It is that kind of a show. So
that's
fun.
what we found. It
I
was
know.
at the end of rehearsal, we'd be going home or texting each other, and we just couldn't stop talking about it. You couldn't get the songs out of your head. We found so much joy between the lines in the script, which we'll talk about more because the script is very minimal.
Yeah.
It just became such an amazing thing. So I would say, that it was new for me in that regard. To answer your other question about like style really quickly, I would say, I do work as I mentioned working with Charlie before on new musicals. I work a lot with new musicals, and I love that. And what I really enjoy the most, and what I think is the best thing that I can say, that I can speak to as far as like a staple of mine, is taking that mindset of approaching a new show and really like anything is possible. Forget what you've heard, taking that approach to a new musical and putting it on something that is like in the regular regional repertoire and saying, what, we may have seen this show 14 times, but let's approach it as if it's something brand new. And so this show allowed me to do that very well. And a lot of things that we've worked on at Theater Raleigh has allowed me to do that.
Well, I've never seen anybody who was able to create such a great feeling in the room, from the actors to the creative team to all the designers. Everybody just wants to work really hard for Tim's side because you create the atmosphere that just makes people feel confident, feel appreciated and valued. It's wonderful. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, Tim Seib works for Theater Raleigh every season. But I do, and that's a promise, by the way.
I love it. I'm
like going on.
this is being recorded, so
Yes, it is. It's being recorded. So I do want to bring out some of the other fellas, but before we do that, we were talking a lot about your partner in crime, which was Ethan Anderson as a music director, and I wanted to just a little tiny video tidbit of a song that he sang called "Serve Yourself." Here it comes.
You got me started, then you ran me around under your hood, and then you swerved it down. I could be lying in your trunk for all that you care. Well, I may be a retread, but I ain't no fan. I serve yourself. Serve yourself. Yeah, serve yourself. Serve yourself. I better than you serve me. Your boys, blue dime, iron boy. I ain't just sorry for your stolen doors. You're overheating and it still needs more. Well, I ain't getting a fall on the floor. Now serve yourself.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Ethan Anderson.
Wow, the fame. Come on. Hi.
Hi, Ethan.
Hi.
I don't know if that was really loud for our viewing audience, but I might not have done a great job mastering these videos. So hopefully you'll turn your volume back up and down. But anyway, Ethan, amazing. So happy to have you. I hope you've been well.
Yeah, I'm great. I'm in New York in Harlem.
Okay. Doing okay?
Doing okay. I'm healthy. Yeah, I mean, we've all lost work. It's a scary time, but things are okay. Me and Floyd.
Okay. Yeah, you look great. Oh, hey. Oh, I love it so
Ethan,
much.
where are you in Harlem?
132 and
Oh,
Adam Clayton. Yeah.
I'm on 118 in Adam Clayton.
Okay, neighbor.
Oh, you guys should have a socially distanced coffee on the
Sure.
on the corner. All right, let's bring out some of the other fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him from things like Once and Pumpboys and Dinettes, $1 Million Quartet, and also as my baby brother, Michael Kennedy. Oh, hey.
Let me say really quickly, first of all, you're doing a fantastic job with all this, and we've been following you for weeks now. No, it's been great. But most importantly, I'm humbled to be here to see you live out your life's dream interviewing your baby brother.
I mean, it has been my life stream. I'm going to ask you the really important questions, Michael, tonight.
Recording artist, Broadway, West End, and now here we are.
Baby brother.
Yeah.
No, are you kidding me? This is awesome. It just makes my heart feel so good to bring you guys back together. And of course, Michael, I know our parents are absolutely tuned in tonight because they are tired of seeing me on stage, but they love to come see Michael do a show.
Mom actually did write me and say, I'm having a hard time getting it. I'm like, okay, I can't. I hope you found a way. Sorry, Mom.
We love you, Sarah Lynn. Every show I do, Living Room Life or these reunion shows, she's like, will you send me that link again? I'm like, it's the same link every time. Love you, Sarah Lynn. All right, I'm going to bring out also our favorite and the star of the show himself, Travis Arts. There he is. Hey, Travis.
Wow.
What? Are you shocked that I said star of the show or favorite? Like what? We're so happy you're here, Travis. How you doing? I'm not sure. Why can't I hear him? Oh, there he is. Are you there?
Live theater. Hey, the mute button mutes you. I don't know if anyone knew that.
Okay. The mute, the M-U-T-E is what happens when you press it. It mutes. It's weird.
It actually mutes your audio. Hi, this is lovely and amazing. I just want to say this is so cool. And it's so great to see you all. Yay.
It's so nice to have you guys. I really can't wait for you to see the virtual jam session that has been put together. It's just such a funny thing when you guys all did it, sort of by yourselves in your own apartments and with nothing but like your own microphone and earphone. It's just going to be so fun for you to see it put together. I also am going to bring out the silent but deadly John Skinner. Here he is.
I can't talk. I do have a voice.
He's not muted, by the way.
No.
But, John Skinner, bless your heart, you played Eddie in the show, and he is the strong, silent type, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that was interesting. I'm usually the guy like singing 4 different parts backstage, but yeah, you guys bring in such great talent to these shows, and I've done a few of them now, and they're always just filled with such amazing people that I was like, I can't just sit here. I have to do something.
It's got to be hard because I know you were Beryl in our production of Urinetown, and you were also in Once recently. So I've seen you play like lots of parts with lots to say and carrying the stage and holding your own. But in Pumpboys, you were just like boom, ba-doom, ba-doom with your bass in the background, just being like the anchor for everybody.
But he was so cool too. Coming every day, he'd come into rehearsal, maybe about 2 minutes late, but he'd have like his skinny jeans and his rock star. And Tim actually today, when he maybe 3 days into rehearsal, he goes, "I just really like that guy, man." How can you not like that guy?
I do what I can. I had a blast though. You guys are amazing. It was so much fun.
He basically sat on like one stool the entire show. It was kind of part of the beautiful simplicity that was that character. But it was funny because he, in the show, it's, an hour and a half. In rehearsal, it's, 6 to 8 hours of rehearsal. And so he had plenty of time to sit there. And after a while, he'd be like, I just had a really funny thought. That's where all of John's great bits came into the show because, he had a lot of time to sit and think about them.
I think you guys utilized him so well because originally it was conceived for a non-actor. It was literally a musician. And you were able to utilize John because he is a great actor and a great singer. So he helped with the vocals and helped with the atmosphere of the show. He, like I said, he anchored it, I believe.
I was still actually really green at bass, and Lauren, I don't know if you remember or not, but I think you kind of took a risk putting me in the mix. But you're never afraid to put a challenge in front of me, and Ethan was so patient. Ethan, thank you so much.
You're great.
I'm never afraid of a challenge. It's true though. He's an amazing guitar player, and I was like, well, you can play the bass too, right? Like it's 4 strings instead of 6. You're fine, right?
And then I played it again for once, so.
You sent Wax Wheel as well. I remember that, yeah.
That's what was so crazy about the casting process of this show is that it was all so like serendipitous that I feel like, Lauren, we pulled people from like all different places, like some from like we got Travis from our New York call. And I remember as soon as he left the audition room, I remember us both looking at each other being like, I really just want him in the room. Like, I just want to be in a room with him. He just seems fun and like wacky and can do all the things we need to do. Like, I just like Travis. He's great.
I love that.
And then I remember Ethan, you had known Lauren from before.
Again, a Charlie Brady associate. He and Charlie had worked together at Flat Rock Playhouse, and I was very impressed with him. He was also an Elon student where I was teaching, but I didn't teach you, Ethan, did I?
I think like a master class.
A master class.
But it was a great master class.
Oh, it made a real impact on you. No, but I taught there for 2 years, and I did senior seminar for 2 of the classes. But yes, we had crossed paths, and I was like, who's this guy who's a great actor, great singer? Also, by the way, is a music director, plays amazing piano. How can we get him to Theater Rally? And that was what we did. So it was
it was amazing. I remember we met up at your apartment and you were like, okay, it was so weird because like that typically doesn't happen in theater. And you were like, play for us. You crushed it. And it was amazing.
Yeah.
So, my audition was, I remember I sent in on my iPod Touch. I just sent in Mona very dry. So thank you for taking that audition, of course.
How rude is it that his sister made him audition for the show?
Well, it's protocol, I guess. But I just put something on an iPod Touch. Remember those?
I do, iPod Touch. Yeah.
Smartphone game. And I sent you like an old picture that was used as my headshot for 4 shows from like 2004 of me like doing that. I know you.
You still look very handsome, but it was an old picture, let's just say.
You just threw it out as an idea, like, oh, my brother might be kind of good for this, and like, let's just put him in the mix and whatever. And like, not only was he Michael, were you so unimaginably perfect for this role, but it also like put you into so many other, not this show put you in other shows, you would have done them regardless, I hope, but it like you've done so many amazing things since then, and not to mention that like I just consider you like a lifelong friend. Just thinking back to like the quick little like statement of like maybe my brother should be in it. Like thank God that we went that route. And John, like we walked into our local auditions, which was amazing. Emily Firth, who we'll hear about later, who was in the show, I had gone to school with and had known for 15 years. He's like a dear friend of mine and just happened to be like so perfect for the show. Dakota, who we'll meet in a little bit. Went to the same school that I did, but we didn't actually like know each other. I just knew who she was, walked into our New York audition and just crushed it. It all was so out of what I would consider the norm of casting, but it just brought this amazing group of people together, and we've stayed insanely close ever since then.
Yeah, and by the way, I would not have probably done other shows because the last show I had been in before, this was 2015, right, was 2002. I was an opening cut dancer in Chorus Line. That's the absolute truth.
Come on, let's see it. Let's see the combo.
Oh, yeah, let's see it at Christmas parties.
Point the headband?
Wait a minute, let me get the...
Were you headband head up guy?
That was Wrong Arms Roy, actually. John Arthur Green was headband. Remember John Arthur?
John Arthur Green, another Raleigh guy. Yep.
Former boy in the headband. Keep your head up.
Oh, nice,
yeah.
Travis.
Thank you.
So, Travis, I'm happy to hear that you've actually done other shows besides shows where you have to play a guitar,
It doesn't
right?
have a guitar in it. Yes.
As a matter of fact, I remember at your
sometimes
audition, I made you sing from the last 5 years, even though Tim and I had already had like our little like eyes to each other, like you were our guy. But I made you sing one more song just because I wanted to hear you sing from the last 5 years.
Oh my God.
You don't remember? It was.
I don't remember that.
Oh,
That's so
do.
funny.
I do. I remember because I was like, oh, he played Jamie? Let's hear it. All right, ready, go.
That's so funny. I don't remember that. I did want to say something about the since you mentioned the audition and what you were thinking. It's really funny because I remember being called in, and I remember on the breakdown it's saying that I was being called in for Jim, and I had played Jackson before,
Right.
And I had a great time at the audition. I felt good about it, but I walked out and I was like, I don't think it's going to happen because from doing the show before in my mind, I just pictured him as being a little more mature than I was at that point. And so I was like, probably not. And then I got it and I was like, okay, I think I'm going to grow a mustache, grow my hair out. Got to just like.
Yeah, you have long hair.
Yeah, you did. You had long hair.
Then it was super long. Yeah.
And
I did the yep. Mm-hmm.
But Tim Saib likes to shake it up, yo.
I love it.
He likes to do things a little different than you had expected. So you were our Jim for sure.
Oh, and I so happy about it. So happy about it.
Well, I want to bring out Emily, not Emily. Nope, she's not here. She's in Ireland, by the way. Emily Firth, who was our other lady in the show, just had a baby, a brand new baby. I'm going to go ahead and show it because it's just too cute. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Her new baby named Fee. Can you handle that preciousness? Oh my God, so cute. So when she did this recording for us, this virtual jam session, she was, I think, like getting ready to pop. But she's now since had her baby. So she can't join us. It's also 1:30 in the morning in Ireland right now. So anyway, but before I bring out Dakota, who's patiently waiting backstage, Ethan, I just wanted to ask you too. You do a lot of music directing, you do a lot of performing, and you also do a lot of writing. I want to hear from you. What is your favorite, and is there a world in which you could make them all join together?
Great question. Performing, absolutely not my favorite.
Okay.
Oh my God, it gives me such like anxiety. No, I love music directing. I love to write. And I get, as a writer, you get to write things for performers. So it's still performing in a way. But I love music directing. Like that's where I get my kicks. I love being in control. I love teaching notes, giving notes. And like with this show, it's so easy, right? We were all such good musicians. It was just basically making sure we were playing the same song.
I wasn't, to be fair. Sometimes I wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, so as we're getting ready to bring out Dakota, I'm going to say goodbye to the boys for a little bit. But before I get you guys out of the stream, I'm going to roll just a little tape. It's actually not the one that I told you I was going to do, but I thought this would be fun to watch a little rehearsal into the performance itself. So here we go. Highway 57, just a little snippet. Isn't that awesome?
Love
I
that.
love it so much. It's so
It's so fun
cool.
to look through like rehearsal footage. For anyone who doesn't know, like if you the first time you're kind of like setting a number or putting it on its feet for the first time, it's nice to like take a video of it so that the cast and yourself can like look back and see what you did that day. It's so easy to forget when you're blocking an entire show. You know, we were digging around some of that stuff for this reunion special. It's so fun to see like where you start on day one. And a rehearsal process is sometimes only 2 weeks. And
it's very fast around here.
yeah. So I love seeing that. Like the
I know,
beginning.
isn't that cute? Isn't that awesome? And you got to see our Dakota Mackie McGee, who you also know from Theater Raleigh's Beehive last season, which Tim Seib also directed, by the way. I forgot to mention that earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Dakota Mackie McGee. Hey, girl.
Oh my God.
Welcome. How are you, sweetheart? It's good to see you.
So good. I'm in Indiana right now, so that's why my hair is like as big as like
you're like humid outside.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Well, I noticed that you must be in a time difference if it's still light out, because it's definitely darker here and raining.
Yes.
Where we are. How are you? How are you doing, sweetheart?
I'm so good. I'm so good. I actually just came back to Indiana. I was in New York for the first 3 months of this, and my mom was finally like, "You have to come home." So I did the whole come back to Indiana, quarantine for 2 weeks, and
I mean, you're not missing anything right now, so why not?
This is true. This is true. And my mom makes damn good bread. So
yes, I'm telling you, bread has been like a thing that during quarantine people have been making. Has she been making it all along, or she new at the bread making?
Tim's doing it too. No, she's been making bread all along. But sourdough starters are like the new thing with all of my friends. They all have been feeding these little like.
And like you couldn't find like yeast for a long time because everybody was like, I'm quarantined, I'm going to make bread. It was like yeast, Lysol wipes, and toilet paper. Like we couldn't find it anywhere.
And chocolate chips. Every single grocery store in New York, they were gone. I was like, people know their priorities: toilet paper and chocolate chips and yeast.
Wow. That's hilarious. Yes, now we know we're sort of getting back into, like, slowly but surely back into some sort of new normalcy, because you can definitely find paper products now.
True. So true.
Yeah. So what have you been doing with yourself during this quarantine? You've been like binging Netflix, or what? Any new exercise routines?
Yes. All of those things. I actually started biking. I was terrified of biking as a child because I had a bad experience with a bike that's chain kept falling off when I was like biking next to cars. So I've been scared forever.
Yeah.
But quarantine seems like the perfect time to try to bike again on New York streets with very fast cars.
Ooh. Like you're diving into the deep end. Okay,
Yeah,
I feel you.
You know, when you have a fear that you need to face, you just gotta jump. But actually, this has brought Ethan and I together in the city because he has been biking like a champ, and he was like, "Let me show you the ropes." So we actually went on this really long bike ride to Randall's Island, and I mean, we're seeing the whole city in a totally different way, which was really awesome. You know, when you feel like you can't get out, to have a way to really still adventure and see the city has been amazing.
Oh yeah, I ran my first 10K during quarantine.
That's amazing.
Well, it was canceled, let's be real. But I ran it myself. I put myself a little route together. I was like, I signed up for this, I'm doing it.
Yes.
And I did it. I feel very proud of myself. So I've been doing a lot of running.
Yes, I love that.
It's good for clearing of the head, you know, especially when you're like, am I ever going to be able to produce a show ever again? Like, what is happening?
Yeah. When in doubt, I have found through COVID that doing something physical and letting that pent up energy and anxiety go through physical movement, like that, if nothing else, COVID has taught me that that's key.
Yeah, big time. Well, and you and Tim go way back, right? Like you guys, I don't know if you went to school together, did you? Because Dakota, you're younger than us.
Together.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, never there together, but I always like knew of Dakota and had always heard amazing things about her. Dakota, did we actually reach out to you to come to auditions, or did you just see how did that happen?
I think you reached out to me because we had seen each other at Mallory Hawks's Sleep No More inspired Halloween party
Nice.
the year before. I don't know if you remember that, but I remember that because I was like, oh my God, Tim Seib is talking to me.
You're fancy, Tim Seib. You
No,
were like
that-
recognized,
but-
and then she was in awe
Fan
of the
on.
conversation.
Yeah.
Amazing.
No, but that's the thing, though. That's the thing that I keep telling. I mean, anyone, especially like early career or educational, want to soon to be actors. Like, it's all about like who you meet and leaving any room, and your biggest goal is to have everyone in that room say like, "Oh, I'd love to work with them again." That's how this business works, and I think that's something that Lauren feels strongly about as well. I think that's why one of the reasons why we get along so well. But yeah, just like I knew a little bit about you, I got to know you a little bit more. And as we're putting this show together and thinking about who's going to come to an open call and who we definitely also want to invite ourselves to come and audition for the show, that name pings in your memory, and you think like, oh, I should reach out to her. And it could have worked out, it could have not. And in this case, you walked in the room. I don't think I'd seen you perform before.
Yeah. Did you come to my showcase?
Maybe, like I don't remember having heard you sing or anything.
You took a gamble. You took a real gamble.
But like, it was amazing. Like you walked in, and it was like, well, that was a good choice.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about relationships, isn't it? Just
Yeah.
100%, which I think is so cool. And I want to just take a second too to circle back around to Emily Firth, who, Dakota, was your partner in crime during this production, who played your sister Retta Cup. I love it. As we have been saying along through the night, which I hope she'll watch it when she wakes up tomorrow in Ireland, but she's unable to be with us because she has just had a cute little baby girl named Fee. And I think like 3 or 4 days ago, so brand spanking new. But before she sent us a video message, which I'm going to share with everybody. But before I do that, I also wanted to show a clip of her singing because she's amazing. And she's in the virtual jam session, but she doesn't get featured like Dakota does. So I wanted everyone to hear how amazing her voice is. This is her singing Vacation. I mean, those vocals! Come on.
She also has this like beautiful quality to her voice, which is so fun to like mix with. I don't know how many people watching this watched us sing Sisters together, but singing that with her.
Your voices together were so gorgeous. I mean, the way that you guys could just listen like musicians and just really blend was top notch. I mean, everybody was like that.
Yeah.
And you'll see it again tonight when we do our virtual jam session. But I wanted to go ahead and play her little video message because I want her to be represented. So here she is saying hi to everybody, our patrons, cast and all.
Hello, everyone at Theatre Raleigh. What a pleasure it is to be a part of this Pumpboys and Dinettes reunion. I am so happy to be a part of this amazing company, this cast and this crew. It has been such a pleasure going back down memory lane and thinking about all of the amazing things that happened in the month that we were in North Carolina. I've had quite a life change since Theatre Raleigh. I got married, I moved to Ireland, and now I'm expecting my first baby, and it's due any day. It's the very first rehearsal that we had. I remember going in and meeting everyone, and you have kind of the first day jitters, and you kind of hope that everyone gets along and that you like everyone and they like you and all those things. And then the minute that Travis started playing the guitar, and then Ethan started playing the piano, and Michael started playing the electric guitar, and John played the bass, and suddenly it was just this real eye-opening moment of, this is going to be good. This big, humongous thank you to Lauren for not only, inviting us into her world, but sharing her world with us, because Theatre Raleigh is such a beautiful combination of really high quality theater, but then also this family, this dynamic of being so welcome and feeling a part of a team. And especially now with, everything that's been going on and being separated from everyone in more ways than one, it's so important to have those connections again. And so I'm just really grateful to be a part of this connection and to be a part of this team. And I hope that everyone is safe and well. And I hope people keep singing and keep dancing and keep playing along to Pumpboys and Dinettes, because what an amazing, fun show that was. Thank you so much. And I hope to, be back on that Theatre Raleigh stage someday soon. All right. Take care, everyone.
Aw, I love it so much.
Her.
Hashtag heart. Love her so much. Well, so, oh gosh. Well, I sort of want to get out of the way. So Tim and I, let's you and I exit the stream, and we're going to let the cast do a little chatting, talking by themselves, so we can get the gal with the guys before we show our virtual jam session. So I'm going to take you out first and foremost. Bye, Tim. We'll see you later. And then I'm going to bring in Travis, and then I'm going to bring in Ethan and John, and last but not least, Michael. And now I'm going to say bye-bye. Do you guys can handle this by yourself for a minute?
You got it.
I think we got it.
Okay.
Hello.
Everybody. So I guess as the next of kin to our Madam Producer, I've been bestowed a very, very important, a very special privilege, and that is to read off some goofy questions, and we can just do a little round robin with our esteemed panel of wonderful performers here. So you wrote it here. Mike will take the lead. Okay, now that they are gone, we can speak freely. He wrote that. Thank you, Lauren. Okay, so we'll power on through this. Emily, I want a essay in, let's see, a week, single-spaced.
What are you talking about?
A review of the live stream.
Her answer's later, yeah. Does anybody have a funny story or backstage mishap they want to share? How about we start with you, Travis?
Okay, I was trying to think about this. I can't think of any. So we were just we have a little chat going, a little side chat backstage, and I brought up Cookout. Not quite backstage, but after like every rehearsal and show, there would be a trip to Cookout.
Yeah,
Time, Travis?
That was my first time.
It was mine too. And
Yeah.
Emily, so like we were new to this phenomenon that is.
And we really went in on it. We really went for it. I not show related, but I remember we all went to go see Mad Max Fury Road.
Yes.
And I snuck in burgers and fries in my pockets. Cookout burgers and fries. So not really Pumpboys related, but just something maybe everyone should know. You know?
Okay, here's the thing. I can't believe no one's brought up the raffle yet.
Oh, well, I was going to get to it. I mean,
Okay, so the start of Act 2 is starts with this raffle. I don't remember what it was about, but Travis was in charge. And
I want to make a note about that because from what Lauren and Tim were talking about, kudos to Tim because a little secret is that in the script it's written that Jim like warns the audience about the raffle at the top of Act 1. Like that starts the show. Like it's like, hey, we're the Pumpboys. There's gonna be a raffle. I was 57, and I think it was so smart to like. Let's save that for Act 2. Let's jump into the show, like just get the train going, and then like the raffle is just this really funny surprise. And Yeah, if you could categorize it as a mishap, how I commonly handled the raffle.
I mean, the runtime of the show every night got longer. I mean, it was like your soliloquy. I mean, it was like a full 20-minute raffle at some point.
It was truly Jim's philosophy on life, I think, through the raffle every show. I tried to get that in there, I think.
I think between the raffle and tips, we added a good half hour to that show. So that was
100%.
How about Fruity Cup? How about you, Dakota? You have any stories? Anything fun?
Anything that went bad? Oh man, I don't know. I don't remember anything specifically going wrong. I mean, the great thing was that we were most on stage most of the time. So like whatever. Oh, I remember. Oh, Travis, I'm so sorry. I hit you in the face, like the eye. Do you remember that? So there was one part. I think it was what was it? It was where Emily is singing her song about like you're a bad boy, bad mistreater.
With a towel.
Yes.
It was. That was blocked into the show.
It was blocked. So I took this moment to be like, I'm gonna show this guy who's done my sister wrong. I'm gonna show him. So I like took
it's
this
character driven.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome back, Ethan.
Welcome back, Ethan.
Right. Yeah, guys, the raffle really just messed with you. Can't handle.
How about you, Johnny Skins? Johnny Skins, that's for you, Dave Toole and Jack Boyce. Johnny Skins.
I don't remember any mishaps, probably because I was constantly trying to rehearse my lines. And I mean my bass lines, not my voice lines. And judging by like which side are we on? The poster, which is now here in my room. I thought there might be a lot more like activity, but now I'm glad there wasn't because I had a lot of work to do. And Ethan, again, he whipped me into shape, which is good because now I love playing bass. And also, Michael, I borrowed this from you during the first run. So
oh my God. I've been through like 3 of them since then, so it's all yours. I can't believe you still have that.
I literally just found this today. I was cleaning it. I was like, wow, I borrowed that during the first round of Pumpboys. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
These were in my music box. Guys, I haven't touched these in 4 years, and they were in my music box from Farmer Band.
Okay, if we're plugging things we have, Dakota and Emily got me that I showed them this mug, and it's been in my freezer like since I brought it home, and so it's just a gift I love. And Michael,
yes, sir.
The strap you gave me,
yes,
that is the guitar strap I have used. I use it all the time. Like that is my acoustic guitar strap.
Dakota actually texted me a picture one day of you with it at an audition, and it just made me, hey, that's what we do, man. We share, stuff. So whatever you want to send me, I'll give you my.
I'll give you my gym cup. You can lease it.
So I have a little bit of a story. First of all, 2 things come to mind. The first thing is I was always trying to make Ethan laugh. So during Mammal, when the song would start, I'd pick up the phone and Tim goes, "Oh, you're Mammal," because I didn't do much in that. So I remember by the very last show, I was like dialing numbers halfway into the song. So sorry.
A full scene on the telephone. Yeah.
Okay, so my big one, I don't think I ever addressed it with any of you, was the final show was, we're very loose by the time the show is over and you sort of read the crowd. So I sort of had this moment where I'm like, we're competing with the girls, and I say, I'm going to take a moment here. I said, you know what? We've been fighting with these girls for so y'all remember that?
I do.
The whole scene. It's a whole new scene in the show.
So listen. Yeah. So I expected like this raucous applause and the girls, and all right, we've come home, we finished the show, and it's like crickets talking in the audience, like me walking 100 yards across the stage. It was so awkward.
Theater's about taking risks. It's about taking risks.
Sure, that one didn't work, but I'm glad I've addressed it. Now I feel like I can move on. So, all right, next question. Any favorite songs from the show that you like to play or listen to, or a music director, Mr. Music Director? Ethan, what do you think?
Yeah, Mona. Mona was my favorite.
Yes.
Just wait, everyone till you hear. Yeah, that was the best.
Oh, hush. Oh, absolutely. How about you, Janice?
Yeah,
I love playing that one too. And when we revisited that, I had to get back up to speed really quick, and my forearms burned so much.
I've heard it. Dakota?
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely Mona. I think too, because like that one, like you were you were having so much fun with that guitar part that we all just like fed off it. And it felt like once it started, it was this train that just like took off. And I loved that part every night.
Well, okay. Travis, please don't say Mona. You got to give me something, Mammal, something. Man.
Obviously, I was gonna say Catfish. Catfish is fun in like what you make of it. You know what I mean? Like I think it's like what can you dig out of Catfish to yeah, you can dig a lot out of it. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's about as far as I would go with that one. I think we use the same language. That's ironically a fun song to play.
It is. It really is.
Be Good or Be Gone when it would cook, man. That was Be Good or Be Gone with Emily and just that was fun.
And I'm getting slapped around like it's a good time.
Travis with the towel.
Yeah, and
that was the hardest one to learn and practice, so it paid off the most, I think, for me. And I always loved Sisters. It was so great to listen to you play it, but you know what? It was so through composed that the chords changed in every. Am I right, Ethan? I feel like the chords
no pattern
in every. So it's like we're kind of focusing on, but Travis on the mandolin. I mean, and you'll hear some of that in just a minute. It's so good, so good.
That was a fun one to play.
In there, right, Travis? Like you had mandolin.
No, I had done that for a previous production, and I was like, I know this sounds good if like we could work it in, and it's like it's tiny. It was easy to take with me, so. I was happy that we were able to get that in.
All right. Speaking of plugging all these songs that we love so very much, I think the time has come where we gotta hear some of them. Please. I've missed it all so much. So, I mean, the show was amazing. Its first round. We were lucky enough to get invited back by the town of Raleigh to come and do like a one night only reunion show, but it was like the whole show. We did the whole show.
Amazing.
We rehearsed it for 5 days. It was amazing. But you always say like, "Oh, I wish we could just do this again one more time." And we got that chance a year later. So here we are, however many years later, and this is as close I think as we can get to being able to do this again. So if the video's ready, I'd say let's roll that video.
Very exciting.
Enjoy, everybody.
Woo. Oh no.
We need audio.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
A little technical difficulty. If you would just like hold tight, and we will be right back with the show. I promise it's going to be worth the wait.
Lauren, I was saying in the chat, I could just do a raffle if you need me to.
Absolutely not.
Just an impromptu raffle.
Apparently, it was the best part of the show. So hold please, everybody, and I promise we'll be right back with the actual virtual jam session.
Amazing.
Highway 57, place where I was born. Right down the road a piece to the sound of a car horn. I know from a big town. Teenage strings attached to strings. I belong to the highway and what the highway brings. Alright. Well, I run this gas station, my partner Ellen. Been 9 years together, that's him. We call ourselves Pumpboys. Ellen and Jim, she's Fill her up, won't have to work. Check the hood, all-purpose menu. Quarter patch, full drink and a full break. And D-U-N is the best yet. Plays all bets on Highway 57. Pumpboys, meet the Dinettes on Highway 57. Pumpboys, meet the Dinettes.
You're the best man for miles around, the best in 6 counties. You're Jesse James, come back to life. You're captain of the Mounties. You're all they say. You're just that good and righteous kind of bad. You're the best man I never had. You're the best man I never had. You've got an easy way with a searching look that makes my secrets tangle. Puts my emotions into play. I want our love to mingle. If you would only want me to, I would be so glad. 'Cause you're the best man I never had. You're the best man I never had. But oh, sweetheart, well, it's too unfair to make me wait forever when I know you care. That's so slow, you care. I used to have a crush on a TV star till he got into movies. And once I went out with a guy with a van, belonged to the Flaming Groovies. Then he ran off with the Burger Queen, and I was oh so mad. But you're the best man that I never had. You're the best man I never had. You're the best man I never had. That I never had.
This cashier, I go in the forward just to be near. You did the checkout line. You took you out as my scheme. You're a dumb bumpy, bopping, hard stopping, now short tree. Well, they kissing you in blue like there's something to hide. Moment I know what you got inside. Got 30 kids, don't you discount, shaving free. You're a gum hopping, bee hopping, hard stopping, now short tree. Well, I'll be like a guy that likes a clean shave. 'Cause morning I'll be back on board. If I only knew what brand you chew, right in back of the gum you adore. Mona, 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 which flavor is best? If you'd only kiss me, I'd be able to guess. When you ring up my change, the register gets all steep. You're a gum hopping, bee hopping, hard stopping, now short tree. Bring it up in there. They moan with their is best. If you don't think to see how we ever guess. When you ring up my change, the red shirt gives off steam. You're a gun popping me, popping heart stopping down to a tree. Well, you're a gun popping me, popping heart stopping down to a tree. Ooh, whoa, you're a gun popping me, popping heart stopping down to a tree. Monarchy.
Woo!
Come on.
All right, we did it.
Wow.
Yay!
Phew, I'm so sorry
Amazing.
to the viewing audience for that. That was more tricky than I was anticipating. I thought I had it down. But I do want to thank, obviously, Charlie Brady for doing that awesome video. And also thank you, Dave Toole, for doing the audio mix. And also Dave helped me with running these StreamYard audio moments. But I am a producing artistic director and an actress and not an audio person, so it's been a little tricky for me. So thank you for your patience. You guys are amazing. You're incredible. Wasn't that fun?
Yes.
so much
And
fun.
thank you to Lauren for doing this.
Yay! So
Listen,
much
you
fun.
guys, we'll give you the actual video where there's not like, the kerfluffle that started at the beginning. So you can have that for your reels always. Dakota, you sound amazing. Michael, my baby brother, sounds so good. I'm going to let you guys chat without me. Michael, I'm going to bring you back in. Get rid of myself.
I just hope, like, my hope is that in some way our loyal viewing audience gets some kind of semblance of the fact of how much I freaking love being in this room with everyone and how much all y'all just like, it's such a weird thing that just doesn't always happen in theater, that like this group, I swear I would do anything for any one of y'all, and there's just something weirdly magical whenever you're all in there. And I just feel Emily with us. Like, I can't speak highly enough for you guys. It's like no time has passed. You're all incredible. Walking into the rehearsal room every day and the amount of stuff that you guys would bring to the table was just astounding. Like, Ethan, you taught yourself how to play the freaking accordion, and then as you were learning how to play the accordion, I was like, is there a chance you could also like tap dance while you did that?
He was the captain.
Michael, you taught yourself how to play harmonica and spoons, I think. Someone else taught themselves how to do something else. I mean, Dakota and Emily, you had never really done percussion things, but there you were, like, filling out the whole percussion section. And it's
good work.
And you were also like thrilled to do it all the time. I'll stop talking because I'm just
that's
love it. It doesn't happen all the time, and it really was lightning in a bottle.
Lots of joy.
That was so much fun, Ethan. Thank you for putting together the click track and all this stuff. I mean, you made it very easy to follow, all the way down to the claps and everything we had to do to sort of sync up the videos. And I'm just glad we could do it. I'm so Lauren. Thank you so much for
thank
allowing
you
us to do this. And going off the, I want to give a special shout out to when Hillary and Max, we did the Daddy Long Legs. That worked out so well. I would do as many of these as you asked me to do. I'd charge you very little, I promise.
Well, we are actually paying you guys. As you know, your checks are in the mail, by the way, which brings me to the point where I want to say, if you are liking these shows that we do, these reunion specials in our living room live, if you're watching tonight and you feel compelled to donate to Theater Raleigh, we could really use your help so we can keep bringing you high quality, awesome theater. But I really just really wanted to celebrate you guys more than anything and just get you all back together in the virtual room so you could chat with each other and walk down memory lane. I'm so grateful that you did that. And for being here live on our YouTube channel. Hello, YouTube. Who knew that would be like part of our theatrical, endeavors? But you guys subscribe to YouTube, by the way. Please subscribe if you're watching tonight. We have a goal of getting 400 YouTube subscribers by let's say by August. I just made that up. So help spread the word, because we're going to be bringing you a lot of amazing virtual content in the short term. But you guys, thank you so much. Weren't you amazing? Do you want to tell each other how awesome you were?
You guys are amazing.
Well, I have crushes on all of you.
I love you.
It's fun. It's fun. I got to hear some of the early stuff that Dave sent me, and I was floored. Especially the Best Man mix is great. Highway 57, the way it all came together, because that is not easy stuff to play when one person's in Ireland and one's in Indiana and one. It's that's the reality now, and it's cool that we have those tools now because it's important right now.
Yeah, and you guys really just had Ethan's click track and your instrument and your voice, and you just sent it on a whim, and you trusted Dave Toole and Charlie Brady to put it together for you. I think they did you justice.
Yeah. Charlie killed it. Yeah.
They did. Well, okay, so you guys, we are going over in terms of time.
Yeah.
I mean, we could sit here and talk all night, but maybe we should have a Pump Boys and Dinettes virtual cocktail hour one night that we don't invite the YouTube audience to come to.
We'll do tips next time. Tips.
Yes.
Yes.
What did you say?
Tips. We'll do the song Tips next time.
Listen, I've got a little video. Do you guys want to hear it? Just a little tips. Let's sign off on a little tips, you guys. Ready?
Sounds great.
Yes.
That was worth it. Dakota playing a mean salt shaker.
Yes.
I know.
You guys, this show was super special. I'm so grateful to all of you for tuning in tonight, not only watching it, you at home, but also the actors, you guys. Thank you so much for putting in the time to create that really special virtual jam session. I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to you guys one at a time. I'll go ahead and say bye to my baby brother, Michael. Michael, I love you. See you probably very, very soon since you live down the street from me. Bye, Michael. And Travis, thank you again for coming and being with us tonight.
So
See
much.
you at our cocktail hour. And Dakota, have fun in Indiana. It's really nice to see your beautiful face. And I love, by the way, that you wore your yellow shirt again tonight.
I had to in solidarity. Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you so much for being here. You sounded amazing.
Thanks.
And then last but not least, well, I've got two. John Skinner, there you are. Goodbye, John. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you so much.
Bye, John.
I will see you soon. And Ethan Anderson, you're a rock star. Thank you so much for being here and helping.
you,
like
Ryan.
it was you and Michael really putting this thing together. And I'm just so grateful that you guys had that fun idea.
Grateful to you too. Thanks.
All right. See you soon, Ethan.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring back the wonderful Tim Seib so we can have one more quick conversation before we leave. And mainly it's to promote our next reunion special, which is going to be of The Secret Garden, which Tim Seib also directed. I'm very excited about presenting that to you guys. It's going to be on July 12th at 7:30. As a matter of fact, I would love to show you a little bit of a clip of some of the cast that you can expect to see on July 12th.
Where
So good. What a gorgeous production. Tim, you did such an amazing job with that.
I can't wait to
cannot
have that
wait.
group back in the room. Oh God, that was just such a mammoth show to undertake, and it had to come together in such a short amount of time that there was no room for error, and everything just came together so well, from the designers to the production team to the cast. Like, it was just crazy, and I can't wait to hear like the actor's point of view about that
I
whole.
know. A lot of it was like, we are moving these arches everywhere. But no, they had an amazing time. And again, I will say it's because people love working for you and people want to do their best job for Tim Seib. That is 100% the truth. But we'll hear more about that on July 12th. I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. And if you feel like you can donate to Theater Raleigh, we would love to have your help and your support, of course, so we can keep bringing you some awesome virtual experiences. And also, don't forget, we have Living Room Live coming up on Thursday with Broadway's Nicholas Rodriguez. He was the star of Tarzan on Broadway. You are not going to want to miss it. He has a new album he's promoting. He's an incredible singer, a wonderful man. Also was in the very first show that Hot Summer Nights at the Kennedy, now Theater Raleigh, produced back in 2005. So you don't want to miss it, you guys. Thank you so, so much for tuning in. Thank you to the cast. Thank you, Tim. Thank you to Charlie Brady, Dave Toole, and everybody else who makes these happen. And we will see you very, very soon right here online. Bye, guys.